I think we're good.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, awesome. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to RMR TV here on Respect My Region. I'm your host, Kaja Deric, and today we have a special guest with us who will be talking with me about his life as a music artist. And before we get started, I need to share a brief update about our sponsor on this episode. So today's episode is powered by RMR Legacy Smalls, Respect My Region's cannabis flower line, available in Washington State and California. So you can visit respectmyregion.com/legacy-smalls to find out where you can pick up our 7G quarters with Canadian indoor flower. Current strains in Washington State include Runtz Glue, Grease Cake, and Strawberry Short Cream. For those of you who are subscribed to our YouTube channel or who are watching this Instagram live, I want everyone to drop some clapping emojis or whatever you want to drop, and make sure to make some noise for Stone Deluxe. How are you?
Emojis, please. I'm good. I woke up earlier today than usual.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We're early over here. So appreciate you being with us today.
No problem.
And yeah, fill us in. We know you've been making moves on the music stuff for more than a little while, and let's just let the people know who you are, how you got into music, and doing what you're doing today.
I'm good. Right now, I'm just working on a few singles with some friends. That's kind of my I really like working on just like individual songs more than I like projects. Let me open my Beats folder and just see what I have here at the moment. I have some stuff on the way with Lily. I have some stuff on the way with Purple Curse, with High Star Key, Baby Azul, and String, and also a friend from around here, Xander Romanos. Some of my Boston friends might know him. He's been making some really cool drum and bass type shit that's been really lighting my fire. So that's what I'm working on now, and I've got 2 videos on the way for Silly Rabbit and for Andromeda, and those are directed by Crowbar Owen, based out of Chicago, a legend, and Dante Coquinos. And I went to high school with both of those people, so it's funny that I'm getting to work on these videos with them now, years later.
So how did you get into doing music? When did that start for you?
I started making music in my freshman year of high school. The first stuff that I made, originally I was just listening to a lot of rap in middle school, and I was the kind of person that was like, well, I love this so much, I want to try my own hand at it and have some fun doing that. But freshman year and sophomore year and junior year was just a lot of ass. Everything I was making, it wasn't very good for a long time. It took me a long time to figure out what I was doing. But originally, I was just making remixes to rap songs that I liked off of a laptop and a USB mic and Audacity, just the lowest possible budget, until I worked up to getting an interface and Ableton and an actual microphone and headphones and shit.
Awesome. So far, the song of yours that has the most streams is Coro Station. Is that how you pronounce it?
Coro Station.
Coro Station. So that was released a few years ago. So tell us about that song.
It's a funny song. That probably does have my most streams on Spotify right now, surprisingly. It's a good song. I really like that song. It's kind of sad. It's based off of it's part of a 2-track EP based off of the movie Trainspotting. Mm-hmm. And that movie is just gas. That movie's amazing. I fucking love that movie. Can I curse?
Yeah, you can curse. Don't.
I'm not gonna get bleeped out.
No.
Have you seen Trainspotting?
Maybe a while ago.
I'd recommend it. It's just 4 guys based in the UK, and they're all addicted to heroin, and their life is shit.
Mm-hmm.
Super loud notification in my
ear. Sorry about that. I'm gonna mute that. Sometimes it comes in. Yeah. No, it's similar to Candy. Have you seen that or read that book?
Candy? No, I haven't.
No, it's similar vein. Yeah.
I'll write it down. And Coro Station is a train station in the movie that is from the scene where they all go to the mountains. Yeah, I'll bring in the chat. They all go to the mountains, and they get off at this train station called Coro Station. And those 2 songs on that EP were both named after locations in the movie. Coro Station and Volcano, the club where the main character meets his love interest or whatever. That's the Volcano Club. So, and it's just a sad song about things I was feeling at the time. Like I was depressed or whatever, and it was a sad movie as well, so it lended itself to that.
That's awesome. Have you done like other songs based on movies or books or anything like that?
Yeah, I think I have. I've like the first one that comes to mind is another song that of mine that used to be really popular, "Took Her Soul," and that was based off of "Spirited Away."
Oh, so
Shit, a lot of my stuff is based off of movies, like kind of loosely, or games kind of loosely, or sometimes kind of directly. Looking through my files, I have a song here that I really love called Roland Deschain, and that is named after the protagonist from the Gunslinger series by Stephen King. I love that book series and that fucking. I think you got a movie too, or a TV show or something.
So something like that. Most of this TV stuff has.
But yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from like movies and stuff like that, and a lot of the times it translates like really directly to the kind of music that I make, like it did for Train Spotting, or like Spirited Away, or like it probably will continue to do in the future.
Oh, awesome. So what's your writing process like? Like either for the albums or anything? Like do you work with other people, like producers, engineers, or is it mostly you?
Like lyrics or like songwriting in general?
Any of the process, so production, songwriting, lyrics,
anything. Well, I guess with lyrics, it's like writing lyrics used to take me forever. Like writing a whole song, like a 2 or 3 minute song, used to take me like weeks, because I'd always go back and do like rewriting and like reformatting how I wanted it to come across. But these days, that process I feel like is streamlined a lot. Like I'll do a lot more punching in. I'll do a lot more like recording one line at a time, just whatever comes to my mind, and then recording the next line and then the next line. And sometimes it won't even be written down until after the fact, where I go back and transcribe the whole deal. But I do also, like, there are still songs that I like to write the whole thing out first, because I have a certain storyline in mind. Mm-hmm. I will check out Sweet Leaf Genetics. But the writing process these days takes me less time for sure. It's hard because I try to be very deliberate with the words I use and like with the things that I try to say. And sometimes like I'll be trying to stick to a theme or like an emotion or whatever, like going into it, and I'll come out of it and be like, well, none of this fits. It's like a whole different song, but it still goes hard, so I kind of want to keep it.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing has always been like a little bit of a challenge, like trying to get the right words down instead of, say, like making a beat where I don't really need to express myself as literally. I can just do that same kind of thing with sounds.
Yeah, awesome. So you produce your own stuff mostly?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I do a lot of production, but I don't always like use my own beats. Like sometimes I'll use beats from other people and stuff. But I like using my own beats.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, so tell us about your most recent record, which is it's half metal. Kaba. So
you've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, I need to get on it. I'm like,
it's okay. I mean, it's old. You know, you're not missing too much these days. Half Metal Kaiba is my most recent musical project. It is, I believe, 6 months. I have to check my own. Well, it's all a remastered collection of songs that I made in high school. Actually, none of those vocals were new. It was just the same project files or the same songs that it's kind of a long story. All of those songs came out in my high school years, but they were produced by and mixed by. Actually, I think they were just produced. They were just produced by different people, like a few different people from a collective that I was working in. But over time, me and that collective kind of fell out, and they ended up copyright striking all of the original songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it fucked up my life for a long time.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
And it wasn't just those 8 songs. It was like 50 songs, my whole SoundCloud profile. it was a whole debacle.
Yeah.
Um, but recently, and since that happened, since those songs got taken down, I've been slowly like trying to put new beats behind them and like new mixes on the vocals so I can put them all back out again and like keep them up so that the people who like those songs originally can still listen to them officially.
Yeah.
And that's what this was. This was 8 of some of my favorite songs from that time period with new instrumentals, just breathed a little new life into them. It was really fun. The only one that I made the beat personally for was Fly Like Doves. Everything else was beats from other people. Um, and some people like I had never even really spoken to before. It was just some like randoms that had sent me beats like, hey, I think you would like this. And I ended up using it for like a very personal thing.
Yeah.
And that was cool, like getting to work on that with like a bunch of different people because it was probably like 5 or 6 other artists who helped me work on that at least. But I think it came out really well. I think I did justice to the original songs for sure. I don't think it is quite the same as like if I were to have put out a entirely new like recording project. Of course, it's not the same,
Yeah.
but I really like getting to like fit all those puzzle pieces together of like old instrumentals and new beats and stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's kind of nostalgic in a sense.
Yeah,
Of
it's
what
super nostalgic. It's super nostalgic, especially for like everybody who was there when those songs first came out. Like I'm sure getting to revisit that was really cool for them. I hope so, at least.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about some Boston local music stuff
Let's
and
do
the
it.
music industry as a whole. So the question I want to kick off with this section is, who have you been excited about in the Boston local scene, whether it be hip hop or any other genre, or any people you like
Who
looking
am
out?
I excited about in the Boston local scene? Well, I love my boys. I love the boys I went to high school with. They're all in bands. I love Eli Torgerson and Thummer and everything that they've done. And Ben Daler is another super talented musician. Um, a lot of my friends are in bands, you know. Just check out Thummer. Thummer goes really hard. But in terms of hip hop, I haven't met too many other like hip hop artists since I've moved out here. It's been a little bit dry in that sense. Like I feel like everybody's in a band, but nobody raps or produces. But I do. There's one guy I like who makes some cool stuff called Kid Rai.
Oh
I
yeah,
worked with.
I actually just interviewed him recently.
What?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah, he's sick.
That's crazy. What? I worked at Whole Foods with him.
Oh, that's
We were
crazy.
fucking yeah. We were just pushing carts.
That's funny. Yeah, no, he's
Small
great.
world.
He's sick.
That's super funny.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's a cool guy. We got to get some work in
yeah.
because we just talked about it. But yeah,
I'd
I want to
love a
get some work
collab from you
in.
guys.
Yeah.
That would be a sick collab.
And the aforementioned Xander, um, I think he goes by Jenkins on SoundCloud, like Dr. Jenkins. Now I feel bad because I don't want to like improperly shout him out.
Yeah.
But he makes good beats, and he makes them under the name Jenkins.
Sick. So guys, check out that.
Yeah, but I really want to find some other like hip hop artists in the area for sure. Get some like local work in. It's been a while since I've been able to like lab with somebody in person. So if anybody sees this after the fact, hit me up.
Yeah, I know that Aristotle Jones does a lot. I don't know if you know.
Yes, Aristotle Jones. I haven't checked out too much of his work, but I've heard like a song or two, and I like what I hear. And I know we have some mutual friends. So
Yeah. Okay, so it's always great to see artists supporting each other, and I want to ask what some of your favorite local venues in Boston are. You going to play shows or go to shows? I know there's a lot of going on.
I've been to the Brighton Music Hall a few times. That spot's
that
pretty cool. It's mostly just like it's most active in the basements around here. I feel like people with like houses who have cool basements and like show spaces set up in there, I think have the Boston local scene in like a headlock.
Yeah.
there was friends from Austin. Of course,
Yeah,
the
I
venue
saw
is
you.
really sick.
That place is awesome.
Yeah, and the boys' place directly next door. I don't know what their venue is officially
The
called.
Turkey
They
Temple?
also Turkey Temple. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Their venue spot is also set up really nicely. I will say that there's one venue I don't like, and I just saw Machine Girl there.
Okay.
Let me see what it was called. It was the Crystal Ballroom in Somerville.
I've heard of that one.
I can't rock with them because I'm a 22-year-old man, and I show them my ID, and they think it's fake. I have a California driver's license with a Boston, Massachusetts address because I renewed my California license in Boston. You can do that. And I didn't want to retake my test or anything, so that's what I did. But because of that, because it was like different states, I guess, the first guy thought it was fake. He shows his buddy. The second guy thinks it's fake. And then they call the manager over, and the manager tells me it's fake. And they still let me in, but they don't let me buy drinks.
That's dumb.
It was a real ID, so I have to shout out the Crystal Ballroom for hating on me.
Yeah.
But for venues that I'm pro venues, or the venues that I'm pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Brighton Music Hall. I like the Turkey Temple. I like Friends from Austin. That's like my top 3.
Yeah. Have you been to Paradise Rock Club?
No.
It's like down by Boston University. It's sick. I saw someone there a couple months ago. You should check out some shows there. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. Oh, it's right by Raising Cane's.
Yeah, it's like right by Raising Cane's. Like there's like I don't know if there's a Blaze there, but there's also like a thrift store. It's cool. Cool little strip. Yeah. Do you have any plans on like playing shows? I don't know. Have you played a bunch in Boston or not?
No, I haven't played shit in Boston. I've played shows before I moved out to Boston. The biggest of which, I played the Rare House in LA.
Okay. Sick.
And that was fucking awesome. And that was with the collective that ended up taking all my shit down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but that was still a really cool memory. Before that, I played a couple spots in San Francisco. I think I might have done one more show in LA as well, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
I definitely want to out here. I have some plans with some of the people that I mentioned earlier to put something together, like a little lineup. But it's been difficult. Everybody's in a band. It's hard to get a lineup going, but it's definitely something that I'm working on actively. I've got like a little thing in my notes, like setting up the show with all the details in there.
You should. I'll show up. I'll pull up. I'll be there. I'll bring a bunch of people.
I'm especially excited because fucking the last time I did a show, I was able to set up like live vocal effects, like live auto-tune, live echo, live delay, and change it like based on the song, so I can do different auto-tune for different songs and stuff. And that was a ton of fun, and it sounded really good to me.
Yeah, no, I love that stuff. It's great.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for the next opportunity that I do get to mess with all that stuff and try it out again.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Okay, so now we're gonna do some hot take questions. So I'm gonna say some quick statements, and you're just gonna say first thing that comes to mind.
Like my hot takes?
Yeah, just random stuff. So, yeah, so we'll start from some basics, and we'll dive in more into music from there. So what's your favorite instrument to play, if you play any?
This thing. Hot take.
That is a hot take.
Yeah, the pocket operator. I don't know which number it is. It's kind of covered in hair. It's my fucking cat. Pocket operator 16 factory edition. It's a little like beat maker. It's got a sequencer, so you can actually make full beats with it. Synthesizer, bunch of synthesizers, and a drum machine, so you can make like a whole beat with this thing.
It's so crazy.
And just play off of it, and it's like sick as fuck. I love using this thing. It's been a little while. It's a little bit dusty, but
that's awesome. Okay, so do you
play
football, basketball, any other sport? Like, what would you watch? What would you play?
I watch a little bit of basketball here and there. Coming from California, I'm a Warriors fan, but I know it was just recently like the Warriors versus the Celtics, and I felt like
it's all sorts of beef.
But I did wrestling in high school, and that was fun at the time, but I haven't done it since. And these days I don't do much sports. I do like skateboarding and I ride a bike, if that counts as a sport.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so favorite all-time athlete?
Bruce Lee.
Okay, that's fair.
Bruce Lee.
That's
He had drip.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a hard one. Who's your favorite rapper of all time? Do you have one?
Right now, JPEG Mafia.
Yeah,
JPEG Mafia.
They're sick.
Peggy Spitz, you know?
Yeah.
His shit. Their shit? Question mark?
I don't know. But his shit.
JPEG Mafia's shit.
Yeah.
It's super inspiring to me. They have lots of different flows that I think are just sick as fuck. And yeah, they push the envelope like crazy, like with beats and like their delivery and stuff, like super inspiring. But growing up, my favorite rapper was Childish Gambino. I fucking loved it because the internet was huge. Like,
yeah.
That album like changed the way I fucking see the world.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my top two.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, Biggie or Tupac?
Tupac.
Yeah. Okay.
In California.
Yeah, West Coast. Okay, what's your favorite rap album? Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite rap album?
A rap album of the year so far.
Oh. Allow me to compare, if you will. My favorite rap album of the year. Probably Scaring the Hoes. I don't want to be like closed-minded to lots of different stuff that's come out this year, but I really like Scaring the Hoes. Shit, I have some friends that have put out projects this year too, but like professionally, like, and just like the shit that I've been listening to the most, Scaring the Hoes. Yeah. Danny Brown is really good too.
That's awesome. Okay, so what is your current thoughts on the current state of the mainstream rap music community?
My thoughts on the current state of mainstream rap. TikTok's changed things for sure. Like, it's all about like hot snippets these days. Is the stream going to be posted later to the US? Yes.
Yes, it will be.
TikTok changed things for better or for worse. There are some really hot new artists out right now. I like Ice Spice. You know, I fucking love Ice Spice.
I just wrote a couple. I wrote something that she was featured on.
That's sick.
She's awesome.
But it's changing, and I'm trying to stay like up to date with what is like popping off right now, and it's kind of hard to stay like on the pulse of like new shit. Like there's this one guy, Tizo Touchdown.
Yeah.
His shit like blows my mind because he has songs that sound like nothing alike at all. Like his style is so varied. I don't know. I think the current state of mainstream hip hop is in a good place. I'm not an old head. I'm not a hater. I like the direction it's going in for the most part. I'm not really a purist either. Like I think it's cool to see different people experimenting with different sounds.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of pushing what hip hop can be.
Yeah. It's also cool that it's like Billboard Top 200. It's like mostly hip hop. You got like some Taylor Swifts and.
Yeah. It's pretty weird how it's become like the most popular genre when like it's faced so much opposition. I feel like, but it is really cool to see. I just wish like I don't know. I hate seeing like watered down music. I hate seeing like commercialized music or music that you listen to and you can tell like this was made because it's gonna get a lot of plays, but not really because the person like really fucking loved what they were doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes that's more obvious to me than like it is with other songs. Like some songs can make that obvious, but that's been like a prevalent thing probably since hip hop's inception.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so what is your favorite food spot in Boston? Do you have one?
Kimchi coffee.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
That's fair.
Maybe Coriana's is really good too. Lone Star has like a knockoff Crunchwrap Supreme that goes really hard, and Roxy's grilled cheese, the double fried chicken sandwich. Like, it has me in a sleeper hold.
Yeah, that's okay. And then how would you describe the current state of Boston's music community? I know we kind of got into that, but like,
Well, it's really like tightly knit. You know, I feel like everybody knows each other. Everybody's only separated by a couple degrees of separation.
mm-hmm.
It's cool. Like, it's definitely better than it was where I'm coming from. Before I moved to Boston, I was living in Centerville in California, and that's just like a small town with a minimum music scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really nice being able to come here from there. But even in like bigger cities around that area, like San Francisco, the music scene was cool, but I didn't feel like it was as personal as it is here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody's in school for music. If they're not in school for music, they're still a musician. If they're not a musician, they probably still have a fucking venue in their basement.
Yeah.
There's a lot of relationships between musicians out here, and it's really nice to see.
Yeah, it's awesome. I feel like you cross to Alston and everyone just knows everyone. Like everyone's either like a booking agent or like has a venue or like makes stuff.
It's cool. It's awesome. I love it.
Okay. So what do people need to know about you and what you have coming up? We already kind of got into that, but briefly to end.
People need to know that I am making like shit that is really authentic to who I am, I guess. Like, I don't really like to front in my music or put on some kind of like put on another face. I like to be very true to who I am in my music, and I like to tell stories about things that I've been through or like purely fictional things that are of my own creation. And coming up, I have some singles, some videos, merchandise probably after that with the same person I worked on the cover for A Half Metal Kaiba with. We talked briefly about it, but it's been a little while. That is something I really want to do, though. Eventually, I want to push my website, get more into the web design side of things, and make that more of an interactive experience. Because, like, I'm in school right now for game development. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to like make work parallel with my music, kind of make them work hand in hand. And I feel like the next album I want to put out, the next like full length project I put out. I've only really done one full length project, one EP, and then one like compilation of old songs. Yeah. But the next like full length album I do, I really want to put out as a sort of interactive thing. Like, I don't want it to just be on like Spotify and Apple Music. I want it to be something that you can like walk through and like see in like first person or third person, like a game.
Yeah.
Where you can just interact with it and like kind of change how things play out. Oh, I saw something similar. Radiohead did something similar with. They have a game called Kid A Exhibition, mm-hmm. and it's like a playable version of their fucking album. And I think that kind of thing is really cool. That's what I want to. That's where I want to take like my stuff in the future.
Sick. Okay. So I appreciate you joining us here today, and please let people know where they can stream your music and what your Instagram profile is. Just basically anything.
Hell yeah. Everything is under Stone Deluxe. It used to be under Half Metal Kaiba, but it used to be under Stone Man. All of that's been like conglomerated. Yeah, shout out Radiohead as well. Everything's under Stone Deluxe on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Stone Deluxe, YouTube, Stone Deluxe. Twitter, it's like weird spelling. Instagram is weird spelling.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just type in Stone Deluxe on either of those places, like I should still be able to pop up. I think the username is DLXST.ONE. And that's the same as my website. It's got a custom URL. So
awesome.
That is how I can be found on the net.
Okay, awesome. So, okay, everyone, that's it for our conversation today. So thank you for joining us on another episode of RMR TV. I'm Kaja Deric, and this is Stone Deluxe. For those of you watching, please be sure to leave us a review in the comments, like, follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and stay blessed, y'all. Peace.